Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel Planning with Bree. Right now I'm doing a quick flip through of my setup for the second half of the year in my new bullet journal, and then we are going to jump right into the video, so please stay tuned. Okay, so as you see on the screen, we are doing my July plan with me. I am going to first start out by doing it's not a quote page because there's not a quote on it, but it's kind of a small collage on the left hand side of my July cover page. I started out by drawing or coloring in the page with that lightest tan color for my Crayola Super Tips, but I realized that I just wanted to stick down a piece of craft paper instead. I did get this craft paper from Amazon. It was very affordable, pretty cheap actually, and I still have a lot of it left, so I decided to go ahead and use it. The first thing I'm going to do after I have glued that down with some Mod Podge, because I am currently out of my glue sticks. I need to get some more, but the Mod Podge is doing perfect right now. So I just draw in some waves with my Micron in 05, and then I stick down a picture of this beautiful black woman with it looks like a twist out to me. That's how I wear my hair. And then this quote that says I am more than enough, or I have more than enough, and then a small picture of a green flower. All of those were scraps that I had left over, mainly from Pinterest, and then probably a small quote from a book that I've read, or maybe even something I've heard someone say. So now I'm going into the cover page on the right hand side. I am drawing out what kind of started out as hibiscus flowers, and then they kind of just morphed into something just really pretty. I'm not sure if they even look like hibiscus flowers anymore, but this is my color scheme that I'm working with. Basically some light oranges and peaches, and then some pinks and burgundy as well. I am also using 2 shades of green, like a dark hunter green, and then more of a muted green as well to color in the background. So I am not sure how I came up with this idea, because I was actually struggling to come up with an idea for July. I felt like I didn't want to do anything that has already been done, even though these flowers are probably not anything new, but all over YouTube and Instagram, I'm just seeing a lot of fruits, and I did lemons last year, and I could have redone it, but I didn't want to redo it exactly how I did it last year, and I don't have any paints or any new media really to do that page over to make it more pretty, I guess you could say. And I'll insert a clip or a picture of the spreads that I did last year. I did not record it because I was not on YouTube at the time, but yeah, I just did not want to recreate that. So I was looking up flowers that were summertime flowers, and then I came across hibiscus, just because of hibiscus tea and Juneteenth and the red and things like that. So that's really how I came up with the idea. I also knew that I wanted to carry over some of the theme from my setup, which was these waves. I also kind of wanted to keep it in the same color scheme, but I wanted to do something a little different. So I did end up changing the colors, and honestly, the color swatch that I did that you can kind of see laying over in the top right hand corner, it almost looks like a Hawaiian color scheme to me. I'm sorry if that's offensive or anything. Hopefully it's not, but these colors look really similar to something you would see on a shirt that someone just would describe as like Hawaiian or floral or beachy, you know? I don't know. That's how it looks to me. So now to finish off this page, I am going to glue down some scraps of paper just to give it some pop where I put the July header, and then we'll be on to the next page. If you would like to see more of my old spreads from 2021, which was my first year of journaling, I will leave a link to my 2021 bullet journal flip through. I'll leave it in the cards as well as down in the description box. I think I really got into it and kind of got a little good at it around April of last year. I didn't know what I was doing, but I did know what I wanted to use my journal for. And that really showed around a little bit before the halfway mark. Okay, so my next page is going to be my habit tracker as well as my goals page. This page on the left is going to be my habit tracker, and I am only tracking 4 habits this month. So I had a lot of room to play with the waves and swirls, the colors, for the flowers, and just get creative with the placement because I only had to draw out 4 full calendars. So I did all of the details for the background before I wrote in all the details for each calendar. On the next page, it is going to be my goals page. I kind of wish I would have switched them to where the goals page was on the left, because the goals that I come up with in the next few days will be what helps me create my habits. I create the habits so that I can accomplish my goals. So it would have made sense if you were thinking about it as if you were reading from left to right. It would have made sense for me to put the goals on the left-hand side, but I got carried away. And I had already drawn in the calendars when I thought about that. So I just went ahead with my original plan, as backwards as it may be. So once I am done giving these flowers some details, I am going to draw in 4 full calendars for July, which I didn't know until I was doing it, but July technically takes up 6 rows. Of course, all of the rows are not filled in, but it takes up 6 rows, so that's a lot of space. But I was able to just kind of play with them and move them over and rearrange them if I needed to. So going along with the format of the setup for the second half of 2022, I am doing these overlapping rectangles where one of them is a little thinner and taller, while the second one is a little less tall, a little more wide, just to give this page a little bit of a geometric feel and some character. And once I'm done with that, I am going to move on my goals page. So I'm going to glue down another piece of that craft paper and write July goals all around the border. I have done this before. I did this a couple of times in my May plan with me, where I use the words almost as a border to go around the edges of the page. And then once I have done that, I am going to cut this out to be a Dutch door. Cutting this out was actually extremely intricate and a lot more difficult than I thought. I have thought about getting an X-Acto knife, but I'm one of those people who is like, if it's broke, don't fix it. You know, the scissors work, so I might as well just keep using the scissors. And I'm just a little scared to use a box cutter because I feel like, knowing me and as clumsy as I am, I would be the type of person to cut through 5 pages, even though they give you that board to make sure that you don't do it. I would still find a way to do it. But if you like those box cutters or the page cutters, please let me know down in the comments and I might think about buying one. Okay, so this next page is going to be my July mood tracker. At the top, I just wrote July and then I wrote moods all the way across both pages for the mood tracker. And then I am going to draw out 4 various shapes of plants. And then I'm just going to leave some room so that I can go in and draw these plants how I see fit for the day. Then I'm just going to draw 31 stems. I did get this idea from Amanda Rach Lee. I thought about drawing 31 boxes, but the stems made more sense. The quote I put at the bottom right here is, "Don't let your mood determine your actions." And I thought that was so fitting. Last but not least, we are going to complete week 1 of my spreads. If you've made it this far in the video, guys, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. One thing I can say about my bullet journal, about this bullet journal, is that this is basically a structured diary. So although some of these spreads may look a lot like a bullet journal, it is not used for planning. So I do try to make it a little more fun. Not saying bullet journals are not fun, but I'm a little more lax with the layouts because I only need the space to write down how I'm feeling and do some journaling for self-growth and things like that. So after I'm finished with this spread, guys, we are done with this video. I will be back next week for a brand new video. This month I will be uploading a video of my mom's July spreads as well as my weeklies for July. I have not decided how I'm going to set up the rest of this bullet journal yet, but since we're already kind of moving into week 2, I would love to do that very soon. So please stay tuned and come back to see the rest of the videos for the month coming out very, very soon. And I'll see you next week. Bye.